So you also have that. Tonight's going to be a big one because we're going to get like the remaining group, right? We're going to find out who's going where. So it's going to be a pretty solid one. You do have Beacon. Oh, sweet. So then, yeah, you can watch it whenever you want. I also have it because I watch it at 1.25 to 1.5 speed, and then from there, adjust things as we go. Thanks for liking the live on TikTok, keeping it a bean. Let me see if I can adjust some of this stuff. I'm still getting used to some of it and where I should put things. Hey, thanks for sending the rose, Sleep Starved. So you guys can see on TikTok, I have the chat up above, which hopefully will work. And then, of course, on YouTube and Twitch, you got the whole thing right here as an attempt for me to hide my bed. So, but sweet deal. You should watch first half on YouTube and second on Twitch. Oh, why is that? I watched it at 2x, keeping it a bean. So I can't really do 2x, but I do 1 and 1.5, or 1.25 and 1.5. Hey, D&D Addict. Thank you for that follow. I don't know why I'm getting two of them. I think that was on Twitch too, wasn't it? That was on Twitch. Thanks. But I take notes because I do my recaps. So I have to, if I'm watching it fast, and then it allows me to kind of go back, rewrite something if I need to hear a specific line and all that sort of stuff. Jay, welcome in, dude. Oh, I should post in my Discord that this is going on, but we are already at 15 on YouTube. Hopefully we'll continue to crank this thing up. I'm gonna just post this in the actual Play News channel to say episode 4 pre-show is live. Stop by Twitch, YouTube, or TikTok. Talk too slow for me, unfortunately. Well, I mean, it's setting the pace and things like that as well. Let me see if I can keep up. Jay, what's up, dude? I just got some sort of notification. Oh, somebody's joining. Shifter, you're joining the Discord. Heck yeah. 1 a.m. for me, so not be able to watch this show when it comes out is my Friday. Oh, that's fair. So do you do the 9 a.m. watch? Yo, what up, Leaf? Welcome back, dude. Thanks for coming back in. I feel like I need to move this chat somewhere else. Maybe I'll put it here. Oh no, what did I do there? Hold on. I feel like I'm like looking into this corner over here when I do it. I don't like that. Whatever, we're leaving it. We'll just move this over, move that over, enlarge that chat. That'll be the way we do it. All right. Also, guys, let me know. What do you think? We got a little bit of different stuff going. We have this thing where now we have the topic down here, which I could change to be like specific bits throughout the show, which I'm thinking about. We have lost the change again. If you're on TikTok, you're not seeing anything I'm talking about. I'm sorry. We moved the countdown to a specific spot down there. So basically the overlay, like the fact that it's now the NERDCORE pre-show. Let me know what you guys think. Are you into it? Are you not into it? Also, if you want to know what table you would be at for campaign 4, if you're on YouTube, do !table, and it'll put you at a table. Fun fact. DD Addict, thanks for joining the Discord. Heck yeah, guys. We also, during the actual live show, we do have a Critical Role C4 live chat. We talk to each other throughout that. So, Keeping It a Bean says, who's your character so far in season 4 over on TikTok? That's tough. I really like how Sam is playing Wikander. I think he's doing a great job. Cadigan is cool. Cadigan is real cool. So there's that too. Yeah. Shifter on YouTube says, I'm expecting a character death low key. Maybe. Yo, what up, Mother Nerd? Octus is very much in danger. But in the cooldown from episode 3, they did mention that Aranessa has some skills of her own. So maybe she'll be the one that saves the day, right? So there's some hope there. Also, welcome in, guys. Is there a break? Then I have to sleep. Yeah, Taryn, it's tough. Do you guys have Beacon or anything? You just have to watch it and get in the morning, or you wait until Monday for the second half of watching? I think it's so luckily. Oh yeah, D&D Addict. You said you have Beacon. That's fair. Might be mine. So I really like Tayor. I want more of him. Again, he's in my top 5 out of 13 for sure. YouTube is definitely different than TikTok. Yes. Things look very different. I'm just limited, right? TikTok being vertical, I could shrink myself down and fill up less space and do the whole thing, and maybe that's the play. Maybe I could try that. That is an option. I could try to make it somewhat look like this over there. Here, let's pre-show. No. Oh no, I just deleted my camera, guys. Why did I do that? Why did you let me do that? All right, we're back. I know what's going on with Sid though. Yeah, so I mean, my take is that how much is Beacon? I think Beacon is like $5 a month, $5 or $6 a month. I'm thinking that he basically just found out what was going on and was like, I'm getting out of here. That sort of thing. Courtney, thanks for joining the Discord. He found out what Casimir had done and he was like, I'm going. Taryn on Twitch also has Beacon so they can finish watching it. Great. If you're not going to watch it before tonight. Episode 3 recap. Rain, I have one on my page. 19 minutes. You can get it done. You got plenty of time. You can 100% get it done. I have one for episode 3. I have one for episode 2. Right there on the YouTube channel. It's right there. I don't think Octus will die. Asthmatic seems novel and operates differently than anyone else's. Yeah, I don't truly think Brennan had any intent of anybody dying during the overture. I think once we're past the overture, it's open game. Whatever happens, happens. But I don't think he has any intent of people dying during this portion. But that's just, that's my humble opinion. Anything is possible. But I feel like right now he's at least going to try to skirt it. I don't think he's completely against, like, dude, if you guys really push it, hey, whatever happens, happens. But I don't think that's what he's going for. Oh yeah, Overture. Use the code Overture if you want to try out Beacon, and you get a month free. So something to keep in mind. I don't know if this is gonna really be the move over on TikTok, but you guys on TikTok can let me know. If this is the play instead of just having the full screen. I feel like it's not, but it's fine. We'll do that for now. Because I don't have the text set up for it or anything, so yeah, we're gonna change that back. Maybe next time I'll set that up for that. Maybe next time. But I am setting it up so you guys can see like some stuff a little bit better. But yeah, I'm interested in theories, guys. Where are the theories? What's going on with Sid? Yeah, normally like Thursday, so normally wait till Monday. Gotcha. Think player death right now was on the player rather than Brennan. I agree. I mean, it's always going to be a mix of both to some degree. But I think during the overture, Brennan is leaning towards being like, hey, let's not lean too heavily in that direction, right? I think he'll let off the gas a little bit. He'll try to really point out flaws in what the players are doing or risks that they're taking unnecessarily and things like that. Rachel, welcome to the Discord. Wow, guys, we got like 4 or 5 new people in the Discord from this stream. Omega Studios on YouTube says, I can't wait for the eventual animated intro for this campaign. It's going to be so cool. Yeah. But, okay. I'm interested because, again, we don't know if it's going to be that way. Bree Baker, thanks for subscribing over on YouTube, which is halfway off the screen right here for some reason. what was I gonna say? Yo, what up, Digi? I lost it. Oh, the animated, because character death is kind of like something that's being touted as being very possible. Like if you have their characters in the stuff and then they die, and it's so regular that like 3-4 of the characters in the intros are gone now, you gotta make another one. So I think they might go a little more generic without the characters. My theory, Tyranny will be redeemed. Oh yeah, I mean they're selling that so much. They're selling the idea that Tyranny is a demon and she can't be saved, to where it's going to be like that sort of stereotypical thing where it's like, oh, I can't be saved. Surely not me. And then she's going to get saved, right? But I mean, hopefully it's done in a cool way, and we'll enjoy it either way. Theories on Cadigan and the wolf. I'm not sold on the wolf, like Cadigan being the wolf. Maybe one of those like Dragonheart scenarios where like the wolf's heart and his heart are like combined, and therefore like they need to survive, like maybe something like that. But I'm currently not sold on the idea that Cadigan himself is a wolf. Do you think we will get a live action entry like we have had for the others? I don't know. Again, this is such a different project. One, you have 13 characters. You're in a brand new world that we don't know that much about yet, and again, character death is being teased a lot. Like the idea of character. Apparently he's created a whole new sort of system for if a character dies. And so giving all that into it and then that being it just seems slightly less likely, but we'll see. Hager, hey, welcome back over on YouTube. Thanks for popping in. I'm trying not to miss any messages, guys, but please forgive me if I do, and feel free to say something. Oh, Taryn on Twitch says they believe the schemers are Hal, Azune, Murray, Bolaire, or Julian. Oh, you have the same picks as me. But I am pretty set on Bolaire being in the schemers and Julian being in the seekers. And I did a whole video on this, actually. I did a video where I, like, here's my predictions for the tables, and you basically have the same ones. I can explain why I think that is if you guys would like. But also said she doesn't have want to lose her because she doesn't have a bad character. Yeah, I watched that. First of all, guys, can we get me some interviews? I have seen so many people interviewing Critical Role people. Some of them interviewing multiple, like getting Brennan one day and then this person and the whole. Somebody get me an interview. Critical Role, if you're listening, dude, let me talk to you guys. I want to interview somebody. Favorite theory somebody shared was that Robbie's actually, well, okay, so you're going with that. So about the demon Robbie both got some fidgety when Ruby tried to talk to him. Yeah, there could be something there. Maybe it's something else. If it's him himself, I just don't know how they would do it. Or how that works, you know? Yeah. I to watch it. Agreed. Heck yeah, Taryn. Let's go, dude. I was wondering if Tyranny might end up as a betrayer. A lot of people think at least one person. Well, maybe. I could see that, Jason. I could see potentially, like, we're all thinking it's going to be like the common trope of like the I can't be saved to get saved, but maybe it's the opposite where we think, oh yeah, she's going to get saved, right? And then she ends up being like, no, I am what I am. Like that could be something as well. I do love the cold open so far. I'm fine with them for the most part. I'm fine with them. But at the same time, so here's the thing, and I've thought about doing a video on this. I know that the community is mostly, like, we're all fine with the way that things currently are with Critical Role, but I would be lying if I said I do kind of miss the way they did things in Campaign 1. Because I feel like Campaign 1 was a D&D game with really good voice acting and improv. Now it's like an improv show that also rolls dice. You guys get where I'm going with that? And I kind of miss when it was more of like you're playing a game of D&D together and you're just really into the RP element versus now you're improv role playing with a little bit of dice thrown in. I don't know. Again, still like it, right? I'm watching it, I'm making content on it, but I do kind of miss that. Hey, thank you for that follow over on Twitch, Taryn. Thank you. I got to figure out why I have 2 alerts for everything that goes on over there. Yeah. Scotty G says 100%. I don't know if that's what Dwight just said or not. But welcome in, Scotty G. Getting Alex for the fireside chat. I did not. Gossamir, Sarah, thank you so much for subscribing over on the YouTube. I appreciate that. If anybody else hasn't already done so, go ahead and feel free. Click that subscription button. Seeing what's a true D&D game, my favorite. Exactly. And maybe they wouldn't have grown in popularity had they stuck with that model, right? Maybe that would have held them back. We don't know. Oh, and followed over on Twitch. Thank you, Gossamir. Every time you guys do that, I'm trying to figure out which overlay is leading to the double alerts. Is it the live space alerts? Certainly not, right? Oh, I think it is. Hey, somebody follow me on Twitch real quick. I want to test that. All right, let me catch up with this. Oh, Fireside Chat with Alex Ward. Nice. Thanks for sharing that. October 28th at 7 p.m. Very cool. Has become more theater. Yeah, Paul. And again, I'm not against it necessarily, right? I'm not against the improv. I love the role play. I love whatever. I just think it has swapped to where like that's now the focus. That's the main thing. And then the rest is just like, yeah, we still do this, so, you know, as like a way to like spice things up or to roll some dice or whatever. But yeah. Tear the actress slit that people are gonna hate her. Maybe. Yeah. Interesting. I feel like maybe I didn't finish the whole thing. I think will ever fall back in good favor with his family, his connection completely gone. I feel like it's probably, I don't know, he might be able to be like, they forgive him or they like change their way. But no, I don't, because I think they are very much like his family. Like his grandmother is like, I want. Like her thing is like, oh yeah, sure, but it's greed, right? She's just a master gaslighter. And so I don't think that's Wick. So I don't think they'll ever be able to be on the same page, personally. Singing tables, actually people, I was thinking Matt, Marisha, Tal, Spooky Boy together. Okay, why? What made you think that? I saw a lot of people when I posted my thing saying that like Matt would be at one table and Marisha would be at another that were like, that can't possibly happen. They're married. And I'm like, what? Like, they're both probably in the office all the time, for one. And this would be just batches, right? As we understand it, best we know, the tables will switch around at some point. So at some point, Thimble and Tayor may be at a different table, right? At some point, Marisha and Matt might be at the same table again. And I'm pretty sure they record in batches. It's not like once a week for a long time. So let's say that that arc where these people are playing together is 4 to 6 weeks. They probably record that in 2 or 3 days. That means for 2 or 3 days, Matt and Marisha aren't working together. You know, I just don't see that as like a big, but a lot of people were like, they're married. It's like, okay. They've been in one, like he's been in one shot. She's not been in the one shot, right? Stuff like that. So, because it became more of an RP improv game. I quit C3 F7 because of the lack of combat in D&D. So I don't need combat per se, but I like more roles, more things coming in that remind you that you're playing a Dungeons and Dragons game. I tend to enjoy that. And just things being thought about as if you're playing a Dungeons and Dragons game. Strongest things Vox has to be? Oh, I don't know, man. That's a big question. What are your thoughts on Belair's ink giving off illusion and conjuration? Just what is Zune? Wait, are you talking about the paint that he brought to Hal? Is that what we're talking about? Wolfbite? Let's see. Paul said over on YouTube says, I think eventually free Wick's they free Wick's grandfather and he empirically destroys Grandma and House Alvar. That would be insane. That would be insane. Yes. I think it's going to be something, which is a very basic thing. Like, yes, the paint that has some sort of magic on it is going to be something, but I don't think it's related to that same sort of magic. I think this paint that was given to him, it might be hidden. Maybe it's oil. Maybe it's explosives to start a resistance or a rebellion, and it's hidden as paint. That's what I think. That's where my mind is going, is that it's secretly like some freaking bomb fluid, and they're about to blow some stuff up. I will also say, guys, if you're over on YouTube and you want to know what table you would be at, the Seekers, the Schemers, or the Soldiers, exclamation point table on YouTube, and it'll tell you. C3 meandered too much, left after 3 episodes. It's different strokes for different folks, right? That's some Game of Thrones stuff. That's what I think, though. Yes, because married people have to do everything together. Yeah, and it's also like, again, it's the same idea, and people tend to hate when this is said, but Critical Role is not just a group of friends playing D&D anymore. So the idea is like, oh no, they wouldn't do that. They're just a group of friends this or this. It's a business. It's a production. It is a full-scale business production, and that's okay. So no, they're not going to be like, oh, well, we play D&D together. It's me and my wife, so why would we split up? No, they're going to split up if they feel like that's the show, and that's what happens. So, yeah. Nick Marini, what's up? I was wondering if it was something like the Marvelous Pigments. Ooh, share your thoughts on that. Unleash the Rabbit Angel and watch it go ballistic? Yeah, that sounds sick. That would be wild. That would be super wild. I'm into it, though. Rachel Myers, hello, welcome in. Hi, all. This is my first campaign actually watching it live. And NERDCORE, you are the MVP for doing the recaps. It helps me so much. Thank you. I said it to a couple different people on the post who have said something like that. That is telling me that I should keep doing them because it's a fair amount of work. I'm not going to lie to you. As I'm watching the episode and I'm scribing notes and I'm going back and I'm scribing notes and then I'm having to read it, like go through it and fine tune it. Did I miss something? Did I not miss something? Is there enough lore in here? Is there enough this? It's a decent amount, but comments like that and people telling me, hey, it's a lifesaver, it means a lot. That is why I keep doing it. So I am very glad, Rachel, that you are enjoying them and that it is helpful. I've also had people be like, can you do episode 1? Because I didn't start doing the recaps until episode 2. Because I just didn't think I was going to. And then I did it for episode 2, and then I did it for episode 3, and now 1 is going to be missing forever. So. Seekers works for me. Nice. Jay got Schemers. Belair did say he sent something boiling or bubbling underneath the city. Very true. In episode 3, Conan Tao said he will reveal something to the ones he trusts. Yes, I remember him saying that. Basically, once everything's kind of settled and he knows like who's there and who he can trust, then he'll kind of lay the stuff out there. Seeing what the Liar's Blade does. Yeah, I don't know if we'll find that anytime soon though. But it's sold as being pretty cool. So hopefully, seen in the overture, it will be revealed to be the key element that used by the end. If they hold on to that paint for like 2 to 3 years, Darren, I'm gonna be upset. Also, if you guys are missing any comments from like Twitch, like for instance, Terrence was on Twitch, just make sure you look over here. Also, TikTok. Do you think Sam's character is actually in Azimir? No, I think he's a celestial, or not a celestial, a divine sorcerer. That's my take. He could be, but I just think that like that's it. Yeah. Heather Quattrini, hello, welcome in. Ale, welcome in on YouTube. Let me see. I love Tao getting into a Tao's characters are always fun to me. They can be kind of the same Z sometimes in their style of like very clever, witty sort of what, you know, but he does it well and I enjoy it. So. And he does passion really well. Like when he told them not to touch things, I just loved it. Like it felt so real. When he was like, don't touch if you don't know what it is. Like just the way he delivered it, I was like, woohoo, let's go. I loved it. Liar's Blade or Liar's Blade? I think it's liars. Like you are a liar, not I am playing the liar. I think it's you are a liar. I think. Could be wrong. Yep, the recaps are useful. The episodes are long and easy mistakes here. Exactly. So it's one of those things, right? Even if you've watched it, if you're like, hey, the episode's tonight, you know what? Let me watch a recap real quick just to make sure. I try to make mine short enough, which this last one was tough. There was so much in this last episode. So episode 2's recap was about 9 minutes. It was 8 minutes and 50 seconds. Episode 3's recap was 19 minutes. Like, there was a lot. But I try to keep it, you know, my goal is as concise as possible, but people wanted a little bit more lore. There was more lore in there, so I tried to sprinkle that in. Tal and Tierney know each other. I don't know that we've gotten to see that yet. It's going to be a battle in Pliazo. There either is going to be a battle or there's going to be an escape. Like there's going to be a, we got to run now, and they somehow get out of there. That's my take. The theater, if you remember, the marvelous pigments make things real. Maybe these things be real as they are for theater. Maybe. Yeah, that again, so many good theories for that. Christina says, "Come on to know more about the other house, like Loy once, like, what's their deal behind helping kill the god of death?" Well, it's from what we've gathered so far, it's basically they found the material and forged the weapons that allowed them to fight the gods. Like that's their, what we basically know right now. And they have resources. Because Taisha's a Loy, right? And she was like, you know, my family has resources. Like if you need help to Hal, you know, I have those things. D&D Addict says, "I do love the Divine Soul Sorcerer as a subclass. I am playing one currently, and she is going through a crisis of identity, which has been fun. Always fun to have a little crisis. I'm with it." Tierna's at Lawyer's Fancy Party 6 months ago, probably be. Yeah, that's, I knew there was some mention of their connection. Something, yeah. And that would have been right about when she got there. Yes, she said that they still only been there for 6 months, so. Oh, the Tear and Tyranny thing. I think maybe she was very curious how he used like the healing magic stuff. Yo, Strick8, thank you for the follow over on Twitch, man. Appreciate it. The two power players, Tyranny and Thimble, aren't going to be around the table tonight. The others are good, but they haven't dominated scenes as much in a quality way. We'll get to, maybe other people will shine because of it. Maybe we'll get Matt's first real like big shining moment because of what happened to his father. Yeah, I think that we may get to see some people kind of come into their characters to have their moments and things like that. So, yeah. Turned over that he needed to learn Teora's story. Yeah. For Warrior Liars, but oh yeah, just swap it out however you want it. That's what Taryn says. The Liar's Blade or the Liar's Blade. Do you think we'll get one-shots or mini campaigns about the god killing like we got with Exandria? Completely possible. I wouldn't rule it out. But as D&D Addict says, yeah, I doubt it's happening anytime soon. Batson on YouTube, welcome in, dude. I'm so excited. I've been waiting all week for this episode. Hope it is good. I think it's going to deliver. And I'm excited that we're finally going to get these two, the tables to split. And then I will know if my predictions were correct about the tables, which I'm like pretty confident in my predictions. But I wonder if we will learn what Ox's brother meant by put that stone back. Oh, I think we are going to learn what it meant. Well, actually, no, we may not know what he meant by where it belongs, but I know what he meant in terms of he wants to open Octus up and stick the stone in. I'm like, that much I think they've been pretty clear about. What? Hey, Spooky Page. Thank you for that follow over on Twitch. I appreciate it. I'm curious why the Stone of Night song is being implanted into Octus, specifically for the souls of elves. Maybe the Draconis don't currently control elf souls. Yeah, I don't think we just simply don't know enough about the stone or like the secrets of Draconis to know like what do you mean you want to put it in Octus? You know, like what do you mean? It's going to be, so I agree, Batson. Matt's reaction is going to be good. He said in the cooldown that like he had a reaction for it, but then they swapped scenes. So he knew what he was going to do. Matt is going to get him with the Wrath of Khan moment, screaming at the death of his father. Oh yeah. I hope for something epic. With the gods being killed, do you think anyone in the world is going to try to make a new god? It could be a cool plot. I'm just really trying to find his real faith again. I don't know that they themselves are doing it, but it might be a plot that somebody else is doing. Leaf Sneakers. That's sort of my take on that. Octus wasn't born normally, right? Like, not that he is. There's something wrong with him. Did we learn something like that? I just thought he wasn't like the most loved. Like he had a problem like coming into magic himself. Like I think maybe the Draconis family like naturally is good at magic, and he had to go to school for it. right? I think that's really all we've learned about like him being separate from his family and them not really. And I think that was also hinted at by his father too, when he almost one-tapped Marisha. Duels with Taisha and Valus. Yeah, that came out of nowhere. So I'm thinking the connections I've seen for the Taisha Valus thing. Valus is like this old elven warrior who was like to the temple of I've already forgotten the god's name, and that one is about life in like nature or something. And Taisha's a druid about nature. So I think that might sort of be the connection there, is that they're both like, hey man, you like plants? I am ready for the table to split over on TikTok. It's happening. It's happening. We will have all the tables split by the end of the night, and then I will know that my predictions were correct. How the hell works in this world? We have bits and pieces. Very true. We have been drip fed things about the afterlife, and also the afterlife is broken right now. So it's like, how the afterlife works in this world? Don't know. It's broken. It's broken. We don't know. Theory: soldiers will planeswalk. Schemers will try to tear down this fake angel power. Seekers find a reason as to why the undead are congregating. I'm not going with that. So planeswalk, I don't know anything about that. I think the schemers are going to be trying to stop the takeover of their places, which I said in the video. I think, for instance, we know that the people that are trying to take over Azune's job, the guard. We know that they're already replacing the dean at the school, the Pentevral, I think it's called, right? Those sorts of things, right? Hal is in theater and says he can't leave because he wants to stay there and like do this thing. I think they're going to be the resistance. That's my guess for the schemers. They're going to be the in-town resistance that's happening behind the scenes, trying to take down the powers, trying to take over the city. I made note that Ox is the 8th son, when 107 is the power number. Oh, Taryn, okay. I didn't, yeah, that's an interesting one. I thought it was coming about his constitution. Yeah, it was something about his constitution for magic, I thought, though. Again, that's what I thought it was meaning, that like he didn't take to magic as like a sorcerer. Salandry, correct. Thank you, Sleep Starved. Whole new meaning to family jewels. Oh, are you talking about putting the stone into Mama Hun? Also, welcome in. Yeah, no soldiers tonight. Saladin, no soldiers tonight. What's up, Lil Bum Bun? Welcome back. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, no soldiers tonight. Only 8 players at the table tonight, unless they lied to us on the cooldown. I get the feeling that Thiazi was trying to orchestrate the rebirth of the divinities because you recognize the listlessness of the reign of the sundered houses. Okay, so you think Thiazi was trying to bring the gods back. So when Ashley's character opened the gate, did she accidentally let in the bad people? Because there was time when she opened that gate to the deaths. Interesting theory. But when Taisha came to after being unconscious, she did start hearing the Nightingale song. So Brennan just tied that in with Valus being Slander's paladin. Yeah, exactly. And they were both sort of related to this Nightingale thing. Somebody else pointed out in my Discord, I think it was, that each of the groups is connected to a bird. Let me see if I can find it. Was that you, Sleep Starved? Scrolling in the Discord. Okay, it must be in this chat. Scrolling. Wasn't me, no. Somebody did. Why can't I find it? Somebody pointed out that like each of the tables had a bird relation, or this, like the schemers, the seekers, the soldiers. There was a relation to the birds, and I can't find it. So dang it. Bird. Just search for bird. I swear it was in here. Oh well. Maybe I saw it somewhere else. Maybe it wasn't my Discord. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. All right. I know I missed some chats. I apologize. Significance of cutting his. Yeah, I agree. Overlord Rocks on YouTube. When they said they were cutting his shadow, what do you mean they were cutting his shadow? I thought they were deferring him to make him into a rug. Like legit. I thought they were making him into a rug, which was funny because Wick's grandmother, the Photarch or whatever, was like, get that throw rug out of here. And then I thought like, yo, they're about to turn Tayor into a rug in episode 3. So yeah. No, it was specifically related to like the songs that they had been hearing. That might have been where I saw it. Somebody might have commented on one of my videos saying that like each of the groups had a bird. That might have been where I saw it. So let me find this video. Come on. All right, guys. I don't know. I don't want to spend all the time looking for it. Somebody had pointed out, like, one group was Nightingales, one group was Falcons. Oh, soldiers were Falcons. Schemer or Seekers maybe were the Nightingale, and what's Magpies. One group was Magpies, one was Nightingale, and one was the Falcons. That's what it was. That's what it was. All right. Or each of the groups generate a god. A lot of people have all these god theories. I just don't think I've played in enough games where people do the god stuff. I had this conversation with somebody the other day, actually. Wait, what if the paint is explosive? Why would he give it to Hal? Because he assumes that one chaotic goose that Hal will be part of the resistance. He'll be part of the fighting back and taking the city. And he's like, hey, here's the explosive stuff. That's my idea. Just my theory. So where are the birds? Falcon for soldiers, Nightingale for seekers, and what bird for the schemers? Yeah, okay, so I just answered that. My theory is that Wick is steering his patronage. Specifically said that contract was Wick. Yes, the contract thing was interesting, the way that she said that. The Conas attack was a vampire rule sort of thing, and fairy, you have to be invited in, open the gate at night, let them inside. I saw something else about letting them in, but I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was that. Crumbs of this bird theory before. Yeah. That there's a connection there of some kind. Quake Trimmers, welcome in on YouTube. I think Theozy probably was looking for a way to help souls rest so they could open the gates to fairy safely to help Thimble and Aranessa since her house is affected too. Yeah, that could have been. So when you really think about it, I know that we have all these like charts and things related to Theozy, but in actuality, it's more like all these charts and things related to him, but also trying to be like, what was he trying to do? I don't care how this person knew him. I want to know, what was he trying to do? Yeah. I think the snipping of shadows is part of emptying a body and being available for demon. Oh, that might be it. That might be where they allow you to go into the body. How's going to pretend being Theozy? That would be interesting. Tayor and the soldiers have the Falcon band. Those seekers have Nightingales and schemers have the Magpie. Yeah. Nightingale Falcon. Yerp. Seeing that paint might be magical protection for the hollowed round. Yeah, maybe. Do you think it needs it? Maybe that like keeps the undead out or something? Or the dead. Is that Charles on YouTube says, I'm not sure that I will like this campaign for some reason that it's just too DM weighted. What do you mean DM weighted? I will also say the overture is unique, and I would not expect the rest of the game to go as the overture does. Depending on what you mean by DM weighted, Charles. I'm curious about that. I think opening the gate to fair is going to be where the main goes. I also think that they are at some point going to want to do that. But wasn't the gate to Fairy closed because like on purpose? Like it's not like it was accidental or like it was done. Didn't they say because everything going on with the dead almost caused Fairy to be destroyed or something? Like the fact that the souls have nowhere to go, um, something like that. Yeah, sleep starved. I agree with the whole like why is he collecting these sort of artifacts and whatnot. Oh, GM Smudge, I don't know if you're still there. I apologize. I totally missed your comment on TikTok. What's the real connection between Penn and Wolfric? I feel like it's more than just a wilderness hang. I have no idea where to go with that one. The pets aren't my biggest, like people have had these theories like Cadigan and Wolfric and all these sorts of things, and I'm just like, I don't know, dude. When it comes to the pets, I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with the people. So the paint may be magical and Blair wasn't experienced enough to detect. Yeah. Well, they know now that there's some sort of illusion stuff on the paint, I'm pretty sure. Just don't know what it's hiding. What if the Aussie caught wind of what Octus' family planned and stole the stone first to protect Octus? Maybe. I don't find that highly likely, but maybe. That makes sense. Soldiers do have a bird. Falcons, yeah. The Falconers Rebellion, so. I'm still not convinced that the Aussie is dead. I'm also open to that not being the case. I definitely am, but what was it? There was a roll that was made. Somebody tried to do something with the Aussie's body, and they had to roll like an insight, and I was like, oh my god, are they about to find that whatever? And then it turned out that like it wasn't that, because I for a second was like, yo, are they about to spoil the fact that he's alive or something? But yeah, exactly. Near the short ferry. So it was closed for a reason. So they need to solve that reason before they're just like, we need to open up ferry. No, ferry was closed on purpose. Yeah, spare the dying. Yeah, it was like, he was like, hold on, let me try this real quick. Yeah. Pain is in fact supposed to why without give it how. I answered that one, that one chaotic goose. But I will throw you an answer again. Because he expects Hal to take up the mantle and fight back. And Hal will be able to like plant the stuff and help like defeat the enemies. Like that's my theory behind it. Small comments very much like a phylactery. Maybe. All that, like they threw stuff in there, but it was, it was a halfling coffin too. Birds. It's on your episode 3 recap made by Odin. Hey, there we go. So I looked at the soldiers or the tables video. I didn't look at the episode 3 recap. Shout out Odin 6007 for giving that one. Right, the Underworld Death Count grew powerful to strike out the hearts. Exactly, Batson. Yeah. And then the Night Stone. If that's getting planted with, then Valis would have more of a reason to stick around him, for sure. Yeah. So then we have to think. Captain's Corner. I'm going to get to your thing on TikTok in just a second. When you guys said, no problem, that one chaotic goose. Yeah, that's my reason. Okay, jalapeno poppers out of the oven in 30 minutes. Oh, I wish I had jalapeno poppers. I was going to respond to something. Do we ever go over the Octus? So we talked about it a little bit. So here are my potential outcomes for this stone. Either they go to put it in him, Aranessa saves the day, or somebody saves the day and they escape, or they manage to get the stone in him and they still manage to escape. Now he has the stone. Now Bayless is like, well, I don't want to kill you for it, but also like, I want the stone, and they stick together. Which is why I think that table is set. I think the 4 people over there currently are that other table. 3 of them guaranteed. The only one that could swap out for me is Julian. And even then, I think because he was like, oh, I feel like I can kind of trust you, Bayless. And we'll get that dynamic of sort of Taisha being kind of anti Julian, and now they'll have to kind of work through that. She's very motherly to Octus. Now she has a connection with Bayless. Like there's a triangle between those 3. That's just a matter of Julian. Yeah. So Captain's Corner says, I'm not sold on how this table would be. The soldier table seems more fun, but I'm still excited. Yeah, so it's interesting. I said when they put the soldiers table together, I was like, they stacked that table. And they did. Not that I think the other tables have some great people. I think the other tables are going to have to try harder. Because people love Laura. They love Travis already, right? And they have, what, one of the new people there? Like, they just have, I'm trying to think. It's just Tyranny, right? Just Whitney Moore? So they have 4 people. Now I got to go through everybody again. Caddy, Robbie counts. Tayor, Sam. Yeah, so they got 4 people that are original cast members. And then you have everybody else is split. Like, the other ones are split across like 2 other groups and whatnot. So I don't know. It'll be iffy. They definitely stacked a group. But I think all of them will have a chance to be really fun and exciting. So 30 seconds screen time. Tayor nearly killed off screen. Brennan to killing Murray outright. Revocation matter deciding. Oh, did you leave a comment? I remember reading this. So first of all, I don't think that he had any actual plans for Thimble to die. I also don't think Tayor was ever truly, really at risk of dying. I think these things are during the overture and they're set to tell this story and get us to a point. I don't think that those were like legitimate risks. And I also don't think so. It's more that, like, you think it's a player versus DM thing. You think Brennan is out to be like, I'm going to kill you. I don't think that's the case. I think he is saying the world is dangerous. Things are dangerous. I'm not going to fudge things to allow you to live if you walk into a bad situation. Now, he says that. Will it actually happen? We don't know. Is he just hyping it up for the audience? Because a lot of the complaints from the audience is that there's never a real risk. That is a big critique of Critical Role, is that there's nobody ever really feels like anybody's gonna die. Like, there's not gonna be like real consequence of stuff. So maybe he's just teasing us with it. I don't personally take the things that he's done as I'm trying to beat the players. That's not how I personally take it. Also, Josh R., welcome to the Discord. Ken R., welcome to the Discord. Thanks for joining, guys. Also, if you are on YouTube and you want to know what table you would be at, Seekers, Schemers, or Soldiers, put ! table in the chat. Let me scroll up because I have missed stuff. Are they maybe trying to turn Oxus into a psycho pump tied to House Dakona's single funnel souls in the road? I think, yeah, they definitely have a plan for him. What that is, I don't know. I'm so enthralled with the overture. I've been loving all the moments of structure, vibes, and having the chaos of all the characters at the table. I have enjoyed it to a degree, but I'm ready to follow like a singular storyline for a bit. That's just more of what I enjoy, though. The friction between Julian and Taisha will be tasty. I hope they end up on the same table together. I think they are. I think Taisha's on her way to the Domino's Plaza or whatever, and I think that they're going to be in the same group. I think they're going to be the Seekers table. That's my guess. Plot twist: Aranessa's a traitor because why did they kill Raymond and not her? Well, they hadn't gone inside yet, right? So, to me, Quake, these things were happening simultaneously, which is why we swapped scenes right then and there. It was like they watched the epic sort of brutal murder of Julian's father, and then they're like, and scene, and now inside. So it's like while that was happening, they were also heading upstairs or heading into the room where they then did the rest of the stuff. Again, that's how I interpreted it, at least, in my viewing. It's been the case with any game, having seen pretty, he puts a lot of decisions on the dice, so I don't think it will be an issue. Don't get me wrong, anything with Matt Mercer is great. He's so mean. Yeah, his character seems so much fun, Captain's Corner. Sam has been Laura's best friend in 2 out of 3 campaigns. Did you feel like everyone loved FCG? I love that they are together. Yeah, that's just a good table in general. I know Whitney said that she was very surprised they were at the Soldiers table. D&D Addict says the Overture is 100% storytelling device, and I played in games where Resurrection is banned. Oh, I've been in some hard Resurrection revivification sort of games as well. But yes, the Overture is 100% just for storytelling. It is as close to scripted as Critical Role has ever been. Is this Overture? Like I truly believe that, because you're essentially getting to watch Session Zero's backstory. Like that's what you're getting to watch with the Overture. Jay Fran on YouTube says, I do think they're to set a strong precedent for what the stakes are going to... Exactly, Jay Fran. Also, welcome in. Good to have you. Let's see. Doug111 got the Soldiers. Hey Girl Hey got the Seekers. Batson also got the Seekers. Ariel, I don't think yours popped up because it might have been back-to-back It was too fast. Ariel, so you might want to try yours again. It's probably on like a global cooldown of like a second or something like that. Brennan is going to root for them to win and live. It makes a great story to have the success, but he isn't going to fudge rules if things go bad. Yeah, and that's how a lot of people play. Is like, I don't want you to lose, but I also want there to be stakes. It's like me when I'm running my game. My goal in a fight is not that my players die. But if it's supposed to be a hard fight, like narratively, for the story, it's supposed to be a hard fight, I want at least one of them, if not two of them, to be knocked down. Like, that's what I want. To make it feel like, whew, we made it through, we beat that bad guy. I want people to be knocked down. I don't need a TPK. I don't need a death. But I do need people to be knocked down. Because I think that helps. That doesn't mean it's player versus DM. I think that makes part of the story. That is part of the story, is you fought this really bad, tough thing that took 5 of you to defeat, or 4 of you to defeat, and you got knocked down. But you still got back up and you won. Brennan is going to prove it. Okay, I still hope they keep the cold open with another table, like open with the Seekers, do the ads, and jump into the Soldiers gameplay. Yeah, so again, my interpretation is tonight we'll get the 2 groups that remain, right? Soldiers are not there tonight. If you guys didn't know, the Soldiers are not there tonight. And then I think we're going to follow the Soldiers for the next 4 to 6 weeks, and just the Soldiers. But we don't know that for a fact. That's how I interpreted something Brennan said in the cooldown. I agree. I just think it's a slippery slope. Also, I didn't say Matt has never done it. It's like a restraint here and get out of hand. I'm not against what you're saying, Charles. It can be a slippery slope. I'm just going to trust these people to realize these sorts of things, because this isn't a home game. This is a production, and they know that. So that's where I kind of side with, I think they're going to be okay with it, because it is a production. This is not a random Dungeons and Dragons game. They have people who are watching. They themselves afterwards are probably talking to each other back and forth and discussing some of these things. Will we get the box of Doom? Maybe Brendan pulls it out. Maybe he keeps that for D20. The ad's not happening on the table makes the show more serious, I think. I don't feel the same level of shenanigans on the table. I miss Sam's antics, the shirts, the flash. It might still show up. There's still hope. Again, this is the overture. Things are different. There's been 13 people around, because when the recordings, remember, the other people are just sitting off camera. Once it's set to a specific people, maybe we do get more of that. Maybe we do have more fun. Once it gets into the swing, remember, this is 2 or 3 years is what they've kind of stated. So, we just gotta get into the flow is what I'm thinking when it comes to this. Also, a lot of new people in here, guys. Welcome. I'm NERDCORE, or Steven. Call me either or. And I make nerd content, stuff about nerd culture, Dungeons and Dragons, video games, Critical Role, things like that. If you're interested, click that subscription button. If you're watching me on TikTok, click follow. If you're watching me on Twitch, click follow. If you want to support me, you can, of course, become a member here on YouTube. You can do ! Patreon on YouTube and go support my Patreon. There's also goodies over there. Subscribe on Twitch, subscribe on TikTok. All those ways that you can support me making content. I put out recap videos for Critical Role. I put out theories, ideas, speculation, news. I cover all that stuff. So definitely subscribe to the channels, follow the channels, do all that stuff. Be greatly appreciated. And I do a pre-show before the show. Every Thursday, we're going to be doing these from around 8 to 9:45. So you get about an hour 45 of us hanging out, talking, discussing theories, ideas, last episode, things like that. So stick around, have some fun. And there's my plug at about an hour into this. Curious what kind of theme song we'll get. It takes a bit to make. Yeah, they're gonna need some time. Charles says, that being said, I'm not super familiar with Brennan, so I can be wrong. That's why I said I'm not sure. Proof is in the pudding. We just start making. Exactly, Charles. 100% agree with you, man. 100% agree with you. Stopping in to say hi. I gotta go to a peace out, peeper. Tyrion on Twitch says, didn't Brennan say the tables were designed in part based on what each player wanted out of the campaign? Was sort of, so I think there was hints at stuff like that, but then Brennan and Tyrion were apparently super surprised by it. So maybe he just got to a point where he couldn't. Like, they went in a different direction than he thought they would, and so he was like, oh, we won't. Or, it's just marketing. Man, if Lord of the Rings had the big group as Fellowship of the Ring, what would C4 have? I'm not understanding that. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, it's just, I don't know what you're saying. I'll wait until we get through the overture before making any judgments on how the game will actually go. Agreed. Give it a chance is all I'm gonna say. If you want to see how Brennan DMs are again, Simi City. Well, I also think he made DM a little bit different because he's in a different situation. He's not doing a really short campaign where it's like beat, 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 beat. Got to get through this. It's all improv comedy sort of thing. So I think we're gonna get a different look at Brennan. He's in a high fantasy world with a long running campaign. So I think we may, people who are used to Brennan, make it something new. I can see Lady Aranessa dying and adding to Matt's character's mind, the politics in the city. Two highly known characters dying would put some trouble in the city. Maybe. I don't think Lady Aranessa is going to die. That would be crazy, Leaf. Again, we don't know what's going to happen. I don't think that she's going to die. I think she's going to be the one who saves them. Somebody's going to save them because they'll lose that. I'm wondering, they'll eventually be known as the Aussies 13. Not a bad name. Not a bad name. J. Friend says, I'm so excited for the feeling of higher stakes. Not knocking the previous campaign, but rarely did I worry for the life of the characters. They literally felt safe in that aspect. Exactly, and I think that was a lot of feedback. I saw that a lot, and that's why I think, partially, they are kind of pitching this campaign as like, there's going to be more risk. There's going to be more chance of things going bad. Speedster on TikTok says, who's your favorite character as of right now? I don't know if I have a favorite straight up. I answered this earlier. I would say I love the way Wikander is being played. I think Sam has killed who Wikander is and the life that he's been living and how it's being shifted. I think Sam has nailed Wikander. Wikander has been fun. I also think Cadigan, the way Robbie is playing him, is really cool. So I'm really enjoying Cadigan. Tayor is a Russian lion, so I'm in. Yeah, I like most. Murray has been a lot of fun. So, yeah. Paul says, also wondering if tyranny is actually a spirit occupying the body of Wick's former love interest. Yeah, I saw people theorizing that what if tyranny, because we know that the demons inhabit the body of somebody else. Like, that's how they kind of come up and live in this world. She's a straight up demon. She's not a tiefling. She's a demon. And the idea, like a theory that perhaps that's the body of them. But I feel like if that's the case, tyranny would bring that up in the very next episode, or would have brought it up in the last one, because she saw the picture. She would have looked at it and been like, wait, that's me. But she didn't. So that's where my question goes with that one. Also, I don't know why they would have, yeah. Imagine this. They're trying to sell him on the idea of the light and the holiness and all that sort of stuff. They're selling Wicca on it. And then they're like, oh yeah, but we don't want you to marry her, so we're putting a demon in her body. I'm not sure that would have, like, I feel like there's a couple of holes in there. Hey, D&D Addict, thanks for hanging out, dude. Thanks for the follows. Appreciate you. Good night. You'll have to let us know what you think after you get a chance to watch it. Yeah, Paul, that one took place during the campaigns. Rob Martinez says, there have been a lot of parallels between this campaign and Brennan's other game, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wild One. Oh, really? I didn't know that, Rob. I think Julian would hate to be known. At least right now, he would hate to be known as part of the Aussies 13. Yeah, World Beyond Numbers. That's when Brennan does with Abria and other folks, right? I haven't ever watched it. Head out for now. I get ready for the stream. All right, Shifter. We got an hour, Shifter. Where are you going, dude? Let's see. Matt and Kyle. Yeah, so we may get it tonight. But I still think they're going to run. I think they're going to be saved and they're going to run. I watched a recent interview with Whitney and I showed with Brennan about playing a demon and how that works and actually do the same with other characters. Yeah. Yep. The one with the character sheet. Like I said earlier, I want to get interviews. Some of these be like, that's like the third interview he's got since Campaign 4 started with people. He had the overall one when they did the press junket. He had Brennan, and now he's had Whitney. Somebody give me one interview. How do I get an interview? Guys, tell Critical Role to let me interview them. I want to get them on my page. The trailers were different than Tyranny. They had that glow in their heads, reminded of Infernal Machines. Yes, those are very different. The trailers were very different. She is soft on Wick. We can possess form. Ooh, yeah, I guess so. That I can see some of the threads and the idea of like, oh, what a big deal that would be, and what a change that would be. But there are other parts where I'm just like, maybe not. But it's possible. Specifically, yeah, Rachel. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Sam's good at what he does. Sam is very good at what he does. So it is completely possible that you get a little tears. Thimble coming out the gate with the tears was kind of wild. She came out swinging. T-Sort says, hold on, well, let me jump up. I think the difference between Sam and Whitney's magic, it has grown on me a lot. Whitney, I did enjoy Whitney's character. I didn't enjoy Tyranny as much. Hey, Crady, thank you for subscribing to the YouTube channel. I did not enjoy Crady as much. I'm sorry, Crady. I enjoy you, Crady. I didn't enjoy Tyranny as much episode 1. Episode 2, I liked her more. Episode 3, I liked her a lot more. Now to T-Sort. I think coordinated is better than scripted. I agree. Scripted is an easy way to say it, but it does get convoluted and people get like they don't fully understand. So I 100% agree. Coordinated is a better way to do it. Because I think, again, the Overture in particular, they were very coordinated, right? We saw all the backstage footage of them sitting around tables and doing all sorts and doing charts is because they were planning this, the Overture, like as a group, not like Brennan, but as a group. They're like, oh, here's how my character is. Here's where I want him to be by the time we separate. So I need these things to happen, Brennan. Get it done, right? Like that happened. So yeah. Info at Crit Roll. Yeah, maybe that's why I email Sleep Starve. Thanks for linking that. Maybe I'll do that. See if I can get on their PR list. Remember the trailer with the Aussie speech? Then it happened in game. We seen that. Ooh, I don't think so. I think that was marketing that leads to it. But yeah, I don't know that we're going to get that scene or that speech in the actual game itself. I think that was like just material. Hot dice this week. Yeah, that last week was tough. Didn't also for this campaign. We should all riot. Doug111 says, yeah, if Tyranny did use the body of Wick's former lover, you would think Wick would comment or recognize that, or that she would. Because again, when he picked up the picture at the end of episode 2 or 3, before they departed, he was like, oh, I'm doing this. And then Whitney made a point to be like, oh no, I'm watching you. I'm looking. So you would think she'd be like, wait, why do you have a picture of me on your desk? And she didn't, which is why I'm like, either it would come up once they got out of the city walls and she goes, hey, I noticed you looking at that, or it wasn't her, or they're both playing, the game of entertainment and they're going to wait. Pamela Patterson says, as a first time watcher, this is so fascinating. I always got to watch people play, so it's fun to watch. Hey, let's go. Pamela, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Welcome. This is where we talk about it. Anyone fully understand the hate that Brie was receiving? I don't get it personally, though. I want to know what the talking points are. I think it is okay, and this is all I really want. I don't want this to become a discussion of it because people get into it and then it goes on and on and on, and I don't even care what, the side. It just goes on and on and on. I released a short talking about this, and I basically said, if you are looking for things to be upset about, you will find them. And I think the more attention that people gave to Abria, the more things that they will find that they're like, well, she could have done that different, or I don't like the way she said that. And they focus so much on it that it becomes a larger deal than it is. It becomes way more to them than it really in actuality is. On the flip side of that, some people just don't enjoy in some aspects of her playstyle or her personality. And that by default does not make them racist misogynists. Some of them may be. Some of them may have things rooted in that. but it is not everybody. And therefore, blanket statementing to people, which I've seen many times, saying, oh, you don't like Abria? You're this. You don't like Abria? You're that. I don't think that's true. And that is just kind of where I would like to leave that. I think people need to relax, watch it. You don't have to post every time you dislike something somebody does. You don't have to call people names if you disagree with them. Like, that's my take on it. Yeah. Edwin Gomez says, hello, I just subscribed. Thanks for the great content. Thanks for the subscription, dude. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Dane, welcome in, dude. Welcome back. Over on Twitch says, I'm hoping Whitney, Tyranny, gets a little more demonic or naughty since the veil's been ripped away from her converted Goody Two-Shoe persona. I think it's gone to the opposite direction. I think she started as Chaos Incarnate in episode 1, and she's gotten sweeter and kinder every episode since. Golden Orcs for the... That's a good question, Niconics. That is a very good question. I don't know. If she's there right now with the attack, would you dive and make her angry towards Conan? She not with Julian. Ooh, that could be it. Or yeah, she's worried about him. Julian knows where he's at, something, and they go together to try to fight. Yeah, there could be a connection there. 100%. Top 3 best character descriptors are the best on the table. She has to be abrasive. People don't like it. I love her. See, and I really don't want to get into all this, is that it almost feels like people either go, you have to love her, you have to love her, I love her, you have to love her, you have to love her, and if you don't, you're bad, you're evil, you're these terrible things. And the other side's going, how could you possibly like her? She's terrible, if you like her, you're a liar, you're terrible. And it's like, what? You can like her and they cannot like her and everything's okay. Like, everything's okay. Like, you know, I think one movie sucks, you love the movie. It is what it is. Again, as long as it's not super deep and rooted in terrible things and yada, yada, yada. So. And that's where I'll leave that. People take it too far. People take it way too far. What kind of snacks are we going for tonight? I don't have any. I had some, I think the bag literally called them Mexican wedding cookies. I had them earlier. So that's my snack, is Mexican wedding cookies. But I already ate them all, so I'm kind of screwed. Why did I just get a notification for that? Hold on. Could be the flavor surpassing the bounds of what the character is capable of in reality. I think lines cross. So I agree, Jayfred, and that goes to my point earlier about Critical Role has gone in the direction of being improv roleplay first, D&D second. Whereas in campaign 1, maybe it was 50-50. Or maybe it was still like D&D 60% RP. Basically, it was a Dungeons and Dragons game with people who are really good at the role play. So it was really good role players playing D&D. Now it's like really good role players focusing on role play and improv, and occasionally they roll dice. That's kind of where it's at, and it allows people, because they're putting it so far back that some of them they're just making up what their spells and abilities do, and that's jarring for people who really play D&D, right? When you're like, wait, what do you mean? That's not how any of that works. And so you get to the spot where you go to what Dane basically just said. There's this shift where they're leaning way more into rule of cool, and it's jarring for some people. Right? And so it's, I don't know, because I still enjoy the show, but I do wish, personal preference as somebody who plays D&D 3 times a week, I do wish it was a little more D&D. I miss campaign 1's element of it felt like a group of people playing D&D. And I'll go on this tangent again. When people say it's just a group of friends playing Dungeons and Dragons, no, it's not. No, it's not. And it hasn't been in a long time. It's not. It is not a group of friends playing D&D. It is a group of friends running a business in which they produce a D&D show. And that's okay. And we can all have fun with it. But that's my tangent on that. People making mountains out of molehills? Yes. So with Counterpoint playing. Yes, she's been on that. That's what we're talking about. She has been doing this thing where she's like, you can't save me, you can't save me. Seems like a big point of hers, which is why I think either A, she will get saved and it'll be the normal trope of like, you can't save me, and they get saved, or we all think that's going to happen and then she ends up like being a traitor and like killing somebody. Either way. Get out of the next time we see her. Maybe. I just stop hearing these people. Yeah, I mean, I did in that video a little bit, but that was it. We speculated on classes, subclasses. What kind of backgrounds do we think everyone has chosen? Oh my, I don't even know where to start. Sleep. I don't even know where to start. There's so many options, man. Wasn't Taisha's son under the protection? Yeah, we just talked about that. And like what would happen, or maybe that's what brings them together, like her and Julian sort of thing. Wrong, but I don't think everyone has to. Yeah. Snacky was jalapeno poppers. Mama Hun, you keep saying that. I want jalapeno poppers so badly. I would really enjoy some jalapeno poppers. I'll throw it out there again. Just another quick plug, guys. If you guys have not already subscribed to the channel, please do consider doing so. It helps me immensely, and you get more of me in your algorithm. Okay, read that. Call Brendan Love sneak attack on our numbers. See, but that's something, Charles, and this is something that's hard to do as a viewer or get. Sometimes it's not that they're intentionally changing a rule or breaking a rule. Sometimes they don't know. We forget things. It happens. And honestly, he might have forgotten that it doesn't happen on unarmed attacks. Like, we would have to ask Brennan, right? We'd have to go to Brennan and be like, hey, did you know that rules is written like you don't get that? And maybe he'd go, oh, don't know. Hey, aspiring cult leader. Wow, good name. Aspiring cult leader. Well, I wish the best for you. Sent a rose on TikTok. Thank you for the rose on TikTok. So Smash is different in this world. Smash is going to look and act more homebrew than a people's home game. That is a possibility. It also just feels like a blanket statement of being like, hey, we're going to improv a lot, and so here's what we're going to do. Which, again, has that friction for D&D players. Because in one game, like, you're playing within the confines of D&D, but you're improv and role-playing. And the other one is we're improv and role-playing, and we're adding D&D in where it fits. But it's like this is always over this. And that gap has just grown, I think, since Campaign 1. Significantly. All right. At the same time, there are 100 other D&D streams out there to watch besides Critical Role that we're having the actual gameplay. Yeah, there are other options, exactly. Again, I don't have a problem with it. I still watch it. I still make content on it. Do I wish that it leaned a little bit more into that? Yes, I do. MSM Borders, thank you for that subscription on YouTube. Appreciate you. But that doesn't mean that I don't like it. I'm not having a good time or anything like that, right? Clearly. I don't know what they'll eventually be. Cursed Julian will be, but seeing your dad's skull pulled out sounds pretty cursed. Yeah, that's that death was so brutal, guys. That was holy crap. Mortal Kombat execution. Dane on Twitch says, either way, I'm looking forward to the tables beginning. Brandon got the various tables together, felt pretty natural. That said, I would not be surprised if they don't fluctuate over time either for people taking interest in one element, ongoing narrative, character that shifts and bounces. Yeah, I do think we'll see some shifts. I think some people thought that it was going to be like on a weekly basis, like people are just going to be changing tables and doing whatever. I don't think that's going to happen at all. I think we're going to get these arcs with players, and then there will be a sort of a coming together point, and then we may see a little shuffling, and then they'll go off on their arcs again, and then they'll come together at some point again, maybe some shuffling, and they'll go off again, and it'll just do that. There will kind of be these points of intersection, and that's where we'll split, and that's where we'll change. I have Cabanassi, sweet chili hummus, Domino's, and various sweets. I would kill for a slice of pizza. You said Domino's, and I'm just like, heck yeah. That sounds so good. For those who have been playing for a while, sometimes it makes things up. Has this affected 5e? Agreed. And we know that Brennan is a huge 3.5 guy. Brennan's a huge 3.5 guy. It's one thing to stretch when building a scene environment as long as observe the normal breakout spells skills don't. Yeah, exactly. So it's like when people got really upset about like, oh, like the plants begin to wither. People are like, they don't do that. It's like, so what? It's flavor. It had no impact on anything. Like that's kind of stuff you're like, I don't care. Right? Like if it makes the scene cooler, if it allows you to enjoy it more, the audience to enjoy it more for the most part, the people at the table to enjoy it more, that's fine. If it is not outright breaking rules or actually benefiting some massive thing that's like not, I don't have a problem. Like I think sometimes it's overblown. Says I've been buffed a bit. Thimble's Pixie Races, 3 strength, evocation, wizard, fairy, fire protection. Yeah, so they definitely, the whole thing with Thimble, I think, was discussed probably. Where they said, hey, you're 4 inches tall. Let's go ahead and give you no strength, but like you can just have a 20 dex or something, right? Like that. I think there was something there. Brendan said the crows got unarmed sneak attack because it looked cool and fit the scene. I honestly don't mind. I prefer to over in here, see the rules. I'm fine with the most. Regina Rose, thank you for that subscription on YouTube. I also do that, but I do think like it's within reason. I'm not a completely throw the rules out the window, do whatever. I'm okay sometimes building your own for certain situations. Like, you know, like my players, so they'll ask me, what would you say if I wanted to try this? And I'll sit there and either go, no, or I'll say yes, or I'll say, okay, here's how I want that to look. Give me an athletics, okay? Then give me a strength. So you're going to do like this maneuver to get up there, but then you need to hold on. And I will give them checks that will decide if their character will get that, rather than just outright no or outright yes, right? There's going to be a level of like, let's get you there. I don't want to stop you, but let's keep mechanics in the game. We're playing a D&D game. Mechanics are there for a reason. Let's have fun with it. Right? Like, I do that all the time. All the time people ask me if they can try something, and I create mechanics that will allow that to happen without just yes, 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 yes. Because sometimes the question is just like, I should say no, but I'm going to say yes. If the rolls go your way, let's make it happen. Right? I'm good with that. Let's battle see mid-fight since it's going. I don't think that's why that happened, Dane. I'm pretty sure Valus was following them. That's my take. You may be right though, but when they said it, I believed them. I will say that I believed them when they said that Valus had been following, and that's why they knew. Yeah. Plus, this is 524, so there's some notable changes that are being used, like contested skill checks for grappling. Now it's being a saving throw. Yeah, there's another thing, Charles. Is some people are like, well, that's not how that works. But in 2014, it worked. You know, didn't work that way. Maybe 2024 it does. Chantel says DM prerogative. Yep, on a lot of things. Rules forgotten in general. I agree. Just to be clear, I do think there is certain room for flavor. I don't want food unseasoned. Yeah. I enjoy flavor. I do. I enjoy some flavor. I don't mind at all that they're like, for instance, Valus is oh my god, gives you advantage when you hit. It's normally a big golden beam, does radiant damage. Somebody will tell me. Her thing was all dark and dark energy or whatever. Sick. That's awesome. No reason that it has to be something else. I'm hoping that tonight's episode is clear which party is soldiers, seamers, or seekers. It is 100% going to be clear because tonight is the final night of the overture and they have already set the soldiers. We know the soldiers. Tonight they're going to split the other 2 tables. Guiding bolt. Correct. Guiding bolt. That's what it is. More communal game, help balance, flubbing the rules as long as you just go with everyone on the table. I agree. Yep. That's just like when I was starting my game and I was thinking of different homebrew rules on my way to, I went to my players and I was like, hey, here's the homebrew rules I'm thinking of. Does anybody hate these? Does anybody feel differently about these? If I made it myself, it was, what's the feedback? Like, what are the criticism? What are the critiques of this? Because it is something, you're supposed to enjoy it too. Like if I'm making homebrew rules and you're like, that sucks and I'm your player, we should find somewhere to meet in the middle. Welcome back, Mother Nerd. But yeah, it was Guiding Bolt that she used. I think she was too, but it made sense to bring her in immediately to shift the fight as committed to killing. Oh, yes. That I think when that happened he was kind of like, I'm not gonna wait for the different moment that I was thinking of. We're gonna do that now. Bust through a window. With the Penteveral privatized and Azuna's guard infiltrated. One of the houses target theater for influence, relays, museum for control of artifacts. Yeah, so Niconics, that's why I think the schemers are going to be the people you just listed. That's exactly why I think it is that they're going to be scheming how to push back against this overtaking, right? They're going to scheme how to like ruin these people trying to control the school. They're going to try to fight back against the guard by scheming. House theater may be like where they meet, and maybe that they put on shows that are fighting against, right? Like they're in the form of art protests, like that sort of thing is what I think that is Niconics. Many clerics, not no guiding bolt. Yeah, I know it. It just, I could not think of it in the moment. I'm doing a lot of talking. We're talking basically nonstop for an hour and a half. So, sometimes when one of my players suggests something cool, I will give them a possible check to make and ask you whether they think it's fair or not. Sometimes ask other players. Yeah, exactly, little bun. That to a T. I think that's beautiful. Oh yeah, will the stream also be watching the episode, or should I switch over when the time comes? Definitely both streams. Doug, so my idea here is that this is just a pre-show. Last week was my first time doing it. I really enjoyed it. It felt like people liked it. You guys let me know if this is something you're like, hey, this is really cool to just get together before and talk about it and speculate and all that. Clearly, because I had all this stuff made for it. But it is not to watch it. The idea was just, it's a pre-show, right? It's a tailgate. We get together, we talk about it, we speculate, we recap last episode, we talk about storylines, things we're excited for, we get excited, and then about 15 minutes before, about 9:45 p.m. Eastern, I shut it down. Everybody goes, gets their snacks, uses the restroom, all that, and then they sit down and they watch it on their own. Yeah, I don't stream it here. Mostly because I do the recaps and stuff, and so I am actively taking notes. I play it at a faster speed, or else I'll be up until 3 a.m. and stuff like that. So that's a very long way of saying I'm not going to stream it here. We end this about 15 minutes before showtime. Have 6 ideas about what happened and be ready for it to happen. Yes, Dane, 100%. Wanted to do is okay with them. Is their table they let me join? Yeah, and that's fair, Rachel. It's like you can try, if it's within the rules, you say like, hey, let's do it. If it's not, then you say, hey, what would it look like if I tried this? Is this something I could try? My players do that all the time. I enjoy this pregame thing. First time doing something like this. I love it. Heck yeah, Regina Rose, I dig this too. Thank you, Sherry Cook. Same. Guys, thank you. I gave up my D&D game for this. I'm not gonna lie to you. Last week, I played my D&D game. I host a game, right? I'm the dungeon master of a game that's 2 years running. I didn't give up the whole game. Let me explain. We've been playing it for 2 years, and we alternate. My brother is a firefighter EMT, and his schedule shifts, right? They do 24-hour shifts. So he has certain weeks. Basically, we would always play either Wednesday nights or Thursday nights, and we play from 7 to 10 p.m. And last week, we played Wednesday. So on Thursday night, I did this. I did the pre-show. And it went so well, and I had so much fun doing it, and we grew and people subscribed, that I was like, as a business, which is what I want this to be, I am trying to be a content creator. I'm trying to make this my livelihood, or continue for it to be. It currently is. And so I was like, I love that. That was a really good time. This is super awesome. I'm going to do it again every Thursday. And then I realized that means that I cannot play my D&D game on Thursday nights. So basically I told the group, we have to play Wednesdays. And if my brother has to miss 1 week a month because he's on shift that day, I have to do that because I want to do this, and this is good for my job, right? So, yeah. So thank you. Seeing you guys say stuff like, I enjoy this, this is a lot of fun, I dig this, that lets me know I'm not making a mistake. So thank you. I think the attack powers of St. will eventually lead them to trying to get to the Golden Orchard in the breakdown toward the Realm of Fair, creating more space for the restless dead. Who do you think's trying to do that? Octus? You think Octus is doing that? Like the Jaconas? Gasp? Yeah, I know. Hydration break. Sorry. Here. Can you hear that I'm like... I did need some water. Thanks to school, by the way. It's 2:30 a.m. or 2:30 p.m. We're on. Wait, 2:30 p.m. Where are you at? 2:30 p.m. Australia? The Obsidian Viking. I absolutely love their chaotic pre-show idea that a bunch of D&D nerds can all join it. Thank you, Obsidian. Heck yeah, love that. Thank you. Do you think you do a reaction video? I do a recap. So last week, it was on a whim. I did a live just like this one, but it was a post show. So on Friday during the day, I did a post show, basically this is what happened, all that sort of stuff. However, I did it from my phone at the beach, so it wasn't like the best situation. And I also did it like middle of the day, like 12:30 in the afternoon, like right after noon. I literally was just at the beach on my phone doing it. So I might do one of those. I don't know if I'll do a recap video, or I'm sorry, a reaction video, because I do a recap video. I recapped episode 2, I recapped episode 3. And so I don't know if I would do both. But maybe if enough of you want a reaction video, it would probably be relatively short. So yeah. Do both or else. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. As a non-sports person, this is most pregame I need in my life. Catherine, I'm happy to hear it. You get this. This is your pregame. Pregame is fun, keeps me hyped. I can't step to actually watch it. Okay, I dig it. Let's go. The Conan family. Maybe. Okay, Paul. I can follow that thread. Love that, bro. Is part of the thin line. Tell him thank you for his service, bro. Yeah, will do. Yeah, he's been for a long time now. He's both a firefighter and an EMT. They have to be in our city. You don't get to be one or the other here. You got to be both. So sometimes he's on the fire truck, sometimes he's on the ambulance. But when he lived in South Carolina, he was just a firefighter, I think. He still had like basic EMT training and stuff, but now he has like all these certifications. He's actually like on duty lieutenant, I think. Like if the main lieutenant, if whatever, like he's the boss sometimes of the crew and all that sort of stuff. So, but he's been doing it for 12 to 15 years at this point. What's up, Spooter Man? And thank you for the heart on TikTok. Appreciate that. Tuning in for me right now. Loving the pre-show. I really enjoyed the post show last week too. Heck yeah, Taryn. Love that. What have you been up to? Making content, Spooter Man. I have been trying to do as much as I can. We need a super cut of collected reaction moments from this season. Oh man. Honestly, I'm just fine with the recap video. That's right, Doug. I mean, I will try a reaction, but I'm not, even though maybe I seem animated now, I'm not a super reactionary person. Like, I'm not, like, when stuff happens and I'm watching it, like, at home, I'm not like, like, I'm just like, huh? Like, I'm just, like, I'm not. So it would have to be me talking afterwards like this, right? I could be like, yo, that moment was kind of insane when this happened and that happened, which is why it would probably be kind of short. I'm open to it. We'll try it. No hard feelings on Twitch said do both or else. I will think about trying a reaction video, but you'll still get your recap, guys. If you didn't know, I do a recap. Jay now on YouTube brought up me doing my notes. So because I take notes during, and I turned my notes into the recap that I do. He brought up maybe putting my notes on Patreon. So you can watch my video and hear me explaining it all, but then you'll also have a written version of all my notes. It's an idea. Yeah. And if you guys do want to support me making content like this, continuing to put out stuff like this, I do have a Patreon. There's other free goodies. If you play D&D, there's downtime actions over there you get if you subscribe. There's taverns, there's NPCs, there's potions, there's homebrew items. I released a whole one-shot adventure that I ran for a couple of people that are in the chat. So, yeah, if you guys want to support, do that. You can also become a member here on YouTube. That also really helps as well. So any way that you want to support, feel free super chats and stuff. I think I've never had one, but I know they're a thing. No pressure, just throwing it out there if you guys want to. All right, let's get back to the chat. Curious about those enhanced dogs with limits and tattoos. What other human, celestial, or animal hybrids might they be making? Okay, so something that was in my notes. Those dogs, what did they say? That they had this gold glow from the back of their throat, and there was like a song coming out of them that confused spellcasters. That's kind of insane. No? Like... as connected, but totally different adventure. I agree, B-dubs. Yeah, it's a good start. Can I get an elevator pitch? Well, first, Josh Ross says, thanks for doing it. Appreciate it. It's great. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate that. Justify for it. I just meant that, like, that's not all. I think I made this command. Oh, for those of you who haven't been over there, yes, there it is. On YouTube, if you do !table in chat, it will tell you whether or not you're a seeker, a soldier, or a schemer on YouTube. Do !Steve, table, !table, and it will tell you. It's not on, I didn't make it on Twitch, actually, Chris. Here, I'll tell you. I'll do !table. This is for, no hard feelings over there. You're a soldier. Congratulations. All right. I know I missed some messages. I apologize, guys. It's all first parts. Halloween episode tonight. Wait, what? I'm still rolling with the theory that we have at least 2 houses for that using the children to create divine vessels. So you can say 3 of the houses. Ooh. Okay, I see where you're going with that. Are mirrors to each other, and I'm excited for visual. Yeah, Overlord. Also, they're kind of mirrored. Yeah. But also not at the same time, because secretly Halavar's evil. So, I got the downtime and it's awesome. Heck yeah. You can join. Yes, that's also, guys, the Discord. We do a live chat in the Discord where basically people are reacting in real time with each other. So feel free, join the Discord, do all that. Who was scared from Marisha last week? I know the room was getting. If you didn't know, Rachel, in the cooldown, he literally was like, Marisha almost died. I almost killed Marisha. He said that's who he was closest to killing, or that's who was closest to death was Marisha. Speaking of, are you DMing for 5th edition at a table or a VTT? I was doing both. Now I only do in person. My game that I run in person is in person. I play in a game in person 2014. So I run a game 2024 in person. I play in a game in person 2014. And then I play online in a game for 2024. Los Dino, thank you for the subscription on my YouTube. Steven, your downtime list is freaking detailed and awesome. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Doug, thanks you for subscribing. Those dogs would definitely be hunting Wick. Yeah, they seemed insane. This is pretty good, something to do before I watch, and like helps me bounce ideas of what other people always want to hear. Exactly, and that's the whole point. Is it helps to build up hype before, and we get to have fun and discuss theories and ideas and things like that. If your table thing didn't work the first time, there's like a 1-second global cooldown. So if you typed it at the same time as somebody else, you just wait 2 seconds to type it again. That is what they sounded like, Taryn. It's definitely a homebrew thing. 100%, it's a homebrew thing. Dogs modified, like Celestial version. Yeah, that's exactly Sleep Starve. That's what I think. Only Arcane. That's also a good question. Create a spell in campaign called Cacophony that works like silence, but has a lot of noise, confused spellcast for communication. Ooh, homebrew spells. That one sounds good. Twitch, I wanted to hear what you said. Oh, did you not hear what I said about? Yeah, I do. I run. I Dungeon Master a game in person. I play a game in person, and then I play in a game online. Oh, wow. We only have like 8 minutes left of this thing. Patreon downtime list is freaking necessary. Thank you, Jay. I really appreciate it, man. I wonder if welcome back, American Swag. Good to see you. I wonder if Hal's opinion if the odds would be challenged by how much danger is brought to Hal's family. I also wonder whether Aligar. Yeah, we were talking about the Aligar thing earlier and maybe where he's at and stuff like that when it comes to that. His family could appear to be bad, but actually be good. I don't know, man. They seem pretty bad to me. I'm not holding out hope for the Dakotas family. I'm not gonna lie to you. Good guy Ryan, thanks for joining the Discord. Sawyer, thanks for joining the Discord, guys. Appreciate it. They have not, Valerie. I think we discussed that earlier. I do not think they have said specifically just that he was training with them, which is what we were talking about earlier. Jordan, also welcome back. Find people to play Dean with online over Zoom or something. Yeah, so we don't do webcams. Actually, guy over on Twitch, No Hard Feelings, it's his game. It's 4 IRL friends and then another guy, but one of the IRL friends, the DM, moved. So now he lives further away, so we play online. I've run a one-shot for people out of my Discord before, so if you join the Discord, I might run the same one-shot for some other people. So that's a possibility. But I do play an online game. Where do you find the live chat? If you're in the, you have to be a part of the actual play group. So if you go, make sure you select that you are in the actual play thing, and then it's there. It's Critical Role C4 live chat. If you can't find that, Spooter, type something somewhere, and I'll add the actual play tag to you so you can see the channels later than normal. It's all good, Murrican. It's all good, brother. Schemer 2 Kelly, had they mentioned no, what was that homebrew spell? Cacophony. Is what it was made from Paul. He said he made it. The theory I've seen is things, tyrannies, bodies, or ghosts. Is that the one where they think it's Wick's former crush? Is it that one? When the king doesn't increase dealing with celestial blood. I don't think so. I think right now, so they didn't tell them. They did not spill the beans. Nick, when they got to the house and did all that. All he said was that I found out a lot of the stuff that I thought was a lie, or what I've been told was a lie, and that's basically it. Famine52, welcome in. It's been stated that the realm of the dead is blocked off, right? What does that mean for Hal's brother? Does it mean he can return? I was thinking about that also. Like, is it easier to bring people back if they're in this sort of in-between? Because that's one of the problems that they've talked about, is that they're all kind of stuck in this in-between place. And the souls are becoming, like, you know, overwhelming and stuff like that. Live chat. Oh, you didn't do the, okay. Add role. Actual plays. Good guy. Hey, J-Friend, welcome in. Yeah, make sure when you're selecting, when you join, you know, you can choose D&D, you can choose whatever. Make sure you choose actual plays. That is where you will find the Critical Role one. And thank all you, so many of you guys are joining. I hope you get good use and have great conversation there tonight. I really, really do. And I appreciate everybody being here as well. This has been fun. I'm hoping eventually we get to the point where we break 200 concurrents. We've gotten up to 145. This is a peak. Yeah. Okay, we only have a couple of minutes left, so I can give you guys time to do your stuff. Just wait for Brendan a homebrew spell for one of the players to turn around and use it against someone he least expects. That would be fun. But yes, Famine, it is blocked off currently because of the gods. There's nobody to take them there. The death of the gods also caused the celestials to go feral, the angels to go feral. So there's that too. You ever make a homebrew spell? I did one time for a monster, and then I kind of threw it out there as an idea. I don't remember what it was. Some sort of shadow necrotic sort of thing, like a grasp sort of thing. 156. Oh wow, heck yeah, Quake. Mine said 149. You said 151. Nice. All your hard work seems to be paying off. We'll see. Shenanigans. Thank you for the subscription. We just got to keep going, man. For those of you who don't know, my job shut down in February, and in March I decided to pursue NERDCORE. And I have been pushing NERDCORE for the last 7 months, trying to get this thing going. So, you guys being here greatly helps as I try to pursue my dream. I jumped over to YouTube as soon as I asked the last question because ads popped up. Ripperoni. Perhaps getting so much shadow makes the person so smaller to allow those. So, well, that's what we were thinking, is maybe it allows the demons to step into you and do all that. Thank you guys for the follows, the Bi Baritone for the follow over on Twitch, and then the subscriptions, KK Babe and Shenanigans. Thank you guys. Really appreciate it. I do put out plenty of content over on my YouTube, guys. If you haven't already, I do recaps of every episode, and I'm always open to feedback for them. I've been trying to make sure that I'm doing a good job with them. I also post videos about like my table predictions and a bunch of other stuff. So plenty of content to go around over there. See you in the recap. Yeah, we will be doing a recap. How do you guys think? Should I do a post show tomorrow? Maybe I'll go live again tomorrow and we'll just talk about everything that happened in episode 4. I know some of you won't have seen it, so that might not work, but we'll see. Maybe I'll do that. But yeah, we got about 2 minutes left, guys. So get your last theories, get your last thoughts, click that subscription button, click that follow button. Now is your chance to do it. I wonder how it works for the demons. If the souls can't cross over, the demons get into their souls in that world. Yeah, so that's another thing that was really interesting to me, because they said that like part of the deal between the demon lord and the Halvor was that they would get the souls, but it's like, how are you getting the souls if the souls can't get, you know, like there's like a gap there, right? Thanks for doing the pre-show. Hey, sounds good, Rachel. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you. Maybe could cause insanity, or maybe untether them from the plane of existence. It definitely takes them somewhere. Jelly Bob Joe, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. On the YouTube videos, does the audio seem low on them compared to the videos on YouTube? Volume on the live and TikTok is fine. Huh. So like my actual YouTube videos, not the live, because you said on the live and TikTok is fine. My volume is low on my YouTube videos. Anybody else notice that? I'll have to see. I'll watch post show. Sounds good. Sweet. Post show and the eating the next day would give everyone enough time to watch if they can't stay up late. Yeah, I thought about that. So yesterday, I mean, last week I did it in the middle of the day, literally at like noon. Maybe next time I'll do it at like, I don't know, 4 o'clock Eastern or something. We'll do that. So that's good night and all. Hey, peace out, Jason. Thanks for the stream hype. Appreciate you. No problem. Mixed Game Mike. Thanks for popping back in, dude. Think Wolfric is housing the soul of a god. Oh, wow. All right. Volume great. Okay, yeah. I don't know why they're lower for you, Digi. Huh. I'm bringing Kozakis and everybody. There's no way he dies tonight. What's timer for? That is the start of episode 4 of Critical Role. We have that. And we have that. Thought binge purge would be cool. I'm with it, Valerie. Heck yeah. So those would be the shadows that they were cutting out the Taylor. Maybe, but there's more than that though, because it's like all the souls of people who are dying now because there's no gods to like take them into the afterlife and yada yada yada. Because those afterlife, those places, those realms don't exist anymore, which is why the world is being like filled with them behind the veil. Kind of work during the day. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe 4 o'clock or something like that. Eastern. I don't want to do it too early because a lot of people are working or sleeping. Like again, when I did it last time, it was like 9 a.m. on Pacific. Right, and then like middle of the day for this, so we'll do it later. But I didn't want to compete because I know Todd Kenrick does a reaction live stream, and I didn't want to compete with him. So, and I know he does his later at like 3:30, 4:30, whatever. But maybe we just do it and we see. Go get some goodies. Yeah, guys, go get your snacks. What do you? Hey, thanks, Apex. Go get your snacks. Go use the restroom. All that stuff. I'm gonna end this. Thank you guys for hanging out. If you haven't already clicked the subscription button, go ahead and do so. Click those follow buttons, all that stuff. Again, I have a Patreon if you want to throw support over there. Become a member here on YouTube, Twitch, wherever. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. This has been fun. Next week, do it at the same time. All right. See you guys then. Appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your night. And join the Discord if you haven't. Here, I'll throw if somebody has, I don't know, Discord. You can find a link in my bio and my about me, all that stuff. Moon over. Thanks for that follow. All right. I'm ending. Bye.